we're going to get started on here is connect, profit, repeat. It's a simple, proven formula that I'm going to run through with you to grow your business. And what's happening right now today is a creative conspiracy. I am a word nerd, a neuroscience nerd, and a business and marketing nerd. So all those three things come together in my mind. So creative conspiracy, the root word of Latin in there is conspirar, means con is together, spirar is to breathe. We're here to breathe together and get creative. So that's what this is all about, is we're going to work together. I'm not going to talk just to you, but we're going to work with one another. So basically, this is branding and marketing is making connections. Conspirar, conspiring together to connect. You are your brand. So people are like, what is branding and marketing? You are your brand. Your business is your brand. Marketing is how you promote your brand. So right now, all of the logos that you are wearing, whether it's SDI or Nike or AT&T or whatever it is, all of those things make up you, that make up your brand. Every single thing about you is your brand. So keep that in mind as we move from branding and into marketing. That's the who are you part of this. And it's really a good idea to take a little bit of an inventory of all the brands that you are and look at how you got to those purchases. Whether you're a Columbia or a Patagonia or a North Face, those things matter. So keep that in mind as we're talking about branding and marketing. It turns out every single buying decision that we make is hardwired into the brain. It follows this mythic story arc. It's every Disney movie you've ever seen alive inside your head. It's called the hero's journey, and it's as old as forever. A character, the hero, wants or needs a thing, and he sets out on an adventure to find it. But the first thing that happens is, wah, wah, he has a problem. So the hero has a problem, and they meet a guide. In our industry, we've got it wrong. We behave as though we're the heroes, but the truth of the matter is we're the guides. So the hero meets a guide, which is you. The guide gives them a plan, your product or your service or that thing you do, and then their problem is able to be solved. So you call them to action, the guide calls them to action, and then they act. But they don't act until you instruct them to do so. That plan helps the hero avoid failure, enjoy success, and they thrive. Because the whole game here is live and not die. And in between the living and not dying, get better at whatever the thing is, whether it's silkier hair or a younger looking face or the best dive gear. It's all about living and surviving and thriving in the middle part. Both the hero and the guide live happily ever after if we do this right, okay? They want the thing that you have. You want the money that they're going to give you. So if we do this hero-guide relationship well, we all thrive. And I'm going to repeat that again. Both the hero and the guide live happily ever after if we do it right. Again, customer is the hero. Our industry does it wrong. People walk in and we behave like we're the heroes because we're awesome and we're amphibian and we breathe underwater and we survive and thrive with sharks. That's awesome, but that's what we're supposed to have for our customers. We got to flip the narrative and make the customer the hero. All of these guys, heroes. Frodo Baggins, Harry Potter, Luke Skywalker, and we get to be Yoda. It's unsexy, but it's effective. We have to narrate ourselves as the guides in our hero's journey. We are not the heroes. We don't get the sparkly costumes. We get the Yoda outfits because we're the guides. And it's the story that's as old as the sands of time. I'm not making this up. It is hardwired into your brain's limbic system. Joseph Campbell made it popular in the 1940s. Donald Miller, who's one of the people I study, made it popular in 2017 and also again in 2025 when he revised his book, Building a Story Brand. Building a story brand is available in 2 versions. The first version is mostly like the second one. You can find the first version at the used bookstore, and every break room in every dive center everywhere needs to have at least 2 copies of that book, so that anytime your client sits, your staff sits down, they're going to open up a copy of Story Brand. So you got Joseph Campbell, Donna Miller, and me with my years of experience in the industry. My mission now is to make certain that you guys come out of here as the guides. That's my hero's journey. It's about making connections, making the customer the hero. So how do we do it? We align our branding and marketing messages with the hero's journey story arc. If you don't remember any of this when you leave, watch a Disney movie, just in case you need a tune-up. Anytime you watch a Disney movie, it's going to follow the hero's journey every time, and that'll help you and your staff remember how to do it. We do it one customer at a time. And it really is the easiest thing in the world, because scuba diving is the hero's journey. A person walks in and they want a thing, but they don't know exactly what they want, and they don't know how to use the thing. So we have to guide them, and then they're going to have problems with the breathing or the mask clearing or the buoyancy, and then we help them make all that work. So we have it built into our industry. So not only does the scuba diving industry work well on this, but we're hardwired for this connection. We're hardwired to help the people that we want to teach. They're hardwired to want the thing that we're going to do for them. It's a universal concept. It's the same for everybody, in any language, in any country. Making connections. Make the customer the hero. The truth of this is we all want to be seen, heard, understood, and loved. We don't want to walk into a dive center and look around and have somebody say, "Let me know if you need anything." Well, I need a thing, I just don't know what it is that I need. But I walked in because I need a thing, and because you're a guide, you're going to help me. You're going to help me find the thing I need, even if I don't know what it is yet. We want our problems solved. This is how we make the connections. And really and truly, it's the transformation story. That somebody comes in dry, we turn them into an amphibian, we get them to depth, we get them neutrally buoyant and breathing in an environment not meant to sustain human life. And at the end, they get a certification, they get a reward, they get a credential. This is the story of transformation. It's so easy. We're not the dry cleaner. We're not the mortuary. We have this built into our business plan. So how do we do it? We help them solve a problem. Whether you recognize it or not, every single buying decision that you make is about solving a problem. I'm hungry, I'm tired, my hair doesn't do what I want to, I can't see, I need to drive to work. All of those things are problem solving. Every purchase that you make, even if it's the tiniest little one, it's meant to make you feel better. 3 types of problems. Every problem falls into one of these 3 categories: external, internal, and philosophical. And I'll just give you a quick example. External, I'm hungry, I need food. Internal, I'm hungry and I feel sad and I'm kind of depressed and a little listless. Philosophical, I'm hungry but I'm yearning for something. External, I am hungry, I eat food. Internal, I'm hungry, and what would really make me feel better is if I had my Nana's pot roast with the mashed potatoes and gravy, because my Nana gives such great hugs, and it would make me feel good if I had Nana's Sunday supper. Philosophical, I'm hungry. Nobody in the world should go hungry. There should be food for everyone. So those are the types of problems: external, internal, philosophical. Every customer that walks into your dive center has one of these, or all of them all at the same time. It's your job to source out which is the thing that they're really triggering on, and then how do we, as the guide, make certain that we connect with them in a way that takes care of that problem. The one question every single customer that walks into your store has over their thought bubble is, how will you make my life better? Because every single thing we're doing is about better. It's to survive and not die. In the meantime, get better. And this is what building a story brand is all about. Whether you get the original book or the 2.0, it's about clarifying your message so your customer will listen to you. It's about connecting with them in a way that answers their questions. The 7 key concepts here, and you're going to want to take this home. It's on my website if you want to click for a free download of this. Identify your ideal customer. Drill down to exactly who they are and exactly what, like in your mind, who are you talking to? Who are you going to meet? Be a problem solver. Find out what the problem is by asking good questions and then being listening to hear the answer. Position your brand as the guide. Demonstrate empathy and authority. Offer an action plan and then call them to action. Make certain that they're ready to jump up and do the thing you want them to do. And then above all, reinforce the happily ever after. Disney uses the theme songs for that, but I'm not going to try to sing to you this morning. But if you put the happily ever after music, that's the demographic of your ideal customer, if you put the playlist of the person you're trying to reach going on in the store, you're going to have an automatic connection to their limbic system. Reinforce happily ever after with congratulating them, with rewarding them, with recognizing them. And then always, always, always celebrate and support their success. This is the 7 key concepts to transformation, and this is what's going to open people's hearts so that they open their wallets and give you their money. Because you cannot get to their money until you go through their heart. Otherwise, it's just a transaction, and then you're going to burn it out over and over and over again. This is the way to connect. People will forget what you said. They might even forget what you did, but they never, ever, ever forget how you made them feel. 42 years ago, in a dive center in Nacogdoches, Texas, it's still open today, I sat on the back porch beat-up couch because somebody made me feel welcome. They made me feel like I had a home in their dive center. Even when I was a punk kid, I was 18 years old, and I rolled up and sat on the back porch there because they told me I was welcome. They made me feel like I belonged. And that amortization of income to the diving industry, if you count all the cameras, it's like more than $250,000 right here out of your ideal customer. And all they did was sit me on a ratty couch and tell me that I was welcome. That's what we want. We want them to have all the feels. We don't have to get tech about it. We all want to be seen and heard and understood and loved. And then we want our problem solved. So if you come at this of like, how can I help you? What needs to happen right now? Do you need a sandwich? Do you need a soft place to sit down? Here, have a snack. Hold on to this piece of diving equipment. I'll tell you about it in just a second. I'll be right back. Let me get you a soda. Those are the sorts of things that are going to win the day. Connect, profit, repeat. We stop talking. We start asking. And then we really listen. Because we're all trained in sales and marketing to ask and ask and ask, but not listen. So we need to ask and then give an opportunity for them to think. Then we connect by listening. This is interest. And the most sexy thing in the world is if somebody thinks you're interesting and they're going to lean in and they're going to want to tell you more. And then they're going to start telling you about what they want to see, where they want to go, why they want to do the thing, and it's going to give you all the selling points that you need simply by being interested in your customer. That's how we make the connection. The pickleball people are out there kicking our asses right now because they're doing it right. They're connecting in ways that make people feel seen and heard and loved and welcomed. Those are our demographics, but we were the people that positioned ourselves as the heroes and didn't welcome them in. So we've got to flip that. SDI is really leading the forefront on this. If you want to know the one dive family, that marketing is flipping brilliant. And it's what we need to be following along by connecting with people. Go get the pickleballers and get them back in our business, because they're the people that are really doing it right. And if you can infiltrate them and join them, go play pickleball and see what it feels like if you dare, and then bring that back to the dive center. So this is when I ask you to consider, what's your why? When you have somebody ask, what do you do and why do you do it? You need to be able to explain to them, I help do what? Because what? Because what? And I want to practice a little bit about this. What is your business? We're all kind of in the same business. We could all make up one-liner statement together, and you all go home and use it in your different areas. It could be one thing. So think about what you would answer if I did a pop quiz on this. What would you tell me that your business does? Problem, solution, result is a great way to frame this answer to why you do what you do. The problem is the main pain point that you help solve, because you're in the business of solving problems because you're a guide. The solution is, how do you solve it? We help people X by X until result is the positive outcome. That's a one-liner. Problem, solution, result. It's 3 parts, and it can be 1 sentence, 2 sentences, hopefully not more than 3 sentences. We can start with, we teach scuba and sell gear and run trips. We repair stuff. And then we can move to, we help people defy gravity, enjoy the feeling of being free underwater. That's kind of cool. Like, I help people defy gravity. What do you do? Like, that's a conversation starter, you know? And then we help people defy gravity. Does that interest you? Let me show you how. You want to try it? That's conversational. You can play with this. I help people avoid water solubility by teaching them how to survive and thrive in the underwater world. I introduce people to the other 70% of the planet that they probably haven't even experienced yet. Get fun with it. I mean, guides guide in ways that really make the heroes want to lean in. So let's have fun telling people what we do. I also would invite you to reframe your marketing message and refresh your interior. Scuba diving equipment is scary if we've never seen it before. But the first thing we're doing is putting a big-ass rebreather right as you walk in the door. That's scary. So put a couch, because people can slide in and sit down. They know what a couch is and does and how to use it. Comfy chairs need to be at the closest area where you can lure them in and sit them down. Give them a magazine, give them a book. Put some scuba plushies, some little Nemos on the couch, something that's a safe landing place. There's a lot of studies that said if you can get a client to sit down, you get more money out of them. Because if they're thinking on their feet, they're not thinking with more of a creative brain and more of an open heart. If you can sit them down, you get their heart lower to the ground, their wallet opens more. So create a safe place to land. And then you can put all the scary stuff a little bit out of reach. Put the mask basket, like a whole basket of masks. Like, this is a mask, and this is a mask, and this is a mask. They don't have to be on the wall. You can have a whole basket of them and say, here, look at this. Hold this thing. Sit them down. Engage them in conversation. And when you sit next to them, you close the gap. This is another tip that I like to use. Everybody's got a recording device in your pocket. Open your voice notes on your phone. If you don't know how to use it, practice using it. And as soon as you're finished a conversation with someone that you've already asked them, why are you here today? What are you interested in? Where would you like to go? What's the favorite animal that you'd like to see underwater? Do you have any interest in shipwrecks? Like, we have a trip going to this place. Have you ever thought about going to Bonaire? Have you been to Roatan? Ask them all the questions, and then when they're finished and they've gone, very quickly record that into voice notes on your phone. You can either send it to Rev or one of the other online transcription services, or you can just make notes in it. But start there to use your voice notes, and then record the voice notes. Create a lead sheet to track the conversation and how you're going to get them to where you want to go. I also like to mind map with people. I'll put it on a sheet of paper and just say, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you're looking around in the dive center and you're thinking about scuba? And they might say, dolphin. I'm like, okay, let's write that down, dolphin. Where would you like to go to see a dolphin? And then we could name the places that we're going to go to see a dolphin. And you start getting them thinking, then you can send them home with that mind map after you take a photograph of it and say, I'm going to text this back to you soon. So keep that in mind. It's a great way to have the conversation. Next big trick for you guys on connecting. There's 1.1 billion pieces of social media digital happening every single day. How many postcards are getting put in the mail? Write them a postcard. Invite them to write themselves a postcard. They're in the store for the first time. Hey, let's have you write a postcard to your future scuba self, and we'll put this in the mail to you in a little while. Where does the postcard end up? It comes in the mail, and things that come in the mail now are rare because it's usually just those value coupons. But when you get an actual letter or a postcard in the mail, that's really exciting. And 50% of the time, it's going to end up on the refrigerator, or at least in the junk drawer or on the kitchen table where things get shuffled around for a long time. This is a really great tool. You can get custom ones. You can do, like your own little logo and QR codes and all of that. But use the postcard as one of the first lines in. And I promise you, you're going to have some great results with that. See how I'm doing on time. Oh, I'm doing great. I'm going to back up now. I went really fast. This is what I do for a living now. I still am a diving instructor, and I have a group going to Mexico in December, so I'm actively teaching. But I also have my life's purpose now to help people like you make more money by getting to more hearts, getting open hearts and open minds in the water. Because I really think we have a big, big job. There's 8 billion people on the planet, and I think less than 4 million of us are active scuba divers right now. So we have a big hole to fill, literally a very big blue hole to fill. So that's what I do. clearstorycoach.com. If you go there, I have a download for you of the 7 key concepts and how you can use them for your business. And then I'd really encourage you to get whatever iteration of Donald Miller's book, Building a Story Brand, because it is the blueprint for our industry. It is the absolute best thing that ever happened for us in terms of building the story brand into our scuba instruction. So I want to back up, and we have a little bit of time to play on one-liners. So what's your why? Anybody have one that you're willing to just pop up and share right now? Oh, come on. All right, just for kicks, we have a few minutes. Think about the problems that you solve. Make a short little list of notes, like what are the things that you do? Do you teach swimming lessons? Do you drown-proof children? The swimming survival programs. Are you offering snorkeling trips? Is it scuba charters? Do you do life support, the ERDI program? Are you doing first aid? Pick one area of your business right now that you're going to target as your one-liner. Next, how do you solve the problem? What are the ways in which your business solves that problem? And then after that, what would the positive outcome be? After people invest in solving the problem, how will you explain what the outcome is? Anybody want to run with it? It's one line. You've been doing this for a lot of years. You must have said something to somebody about what you do. Yes?
Swim to scuba, or swim to what's now, the transition that's happened in the last 5 years is that used to be like bubble makers or scuba rangers, and now we're including all of the children, right? And then getting them younger,
Okay.
and getting a whole family involved, doing trips to the aquarium, doing trips, shoreline cleanups, and becoming all lifelong friends.
Excellent.
seems to be what's going on.
Excellent. So maybe a one-liner in that is you're taking terrestrial beings from the ground up, from birth on, and turning them into amphibians. So you're taking these people who are land-bound and you're creating amphibians at every age. And we do that in all the ways. So we're helping people connect with the environment, connect with safe swimming, snorkel, scuba, travel, etc. So I really like that. And I like the all family aspect, especially because you're tying into SDI's marketing material really beautifully, because it's one dive family. We include the whole family. Pool's open. The pool's open where we are, and we make certain that everybody's safe and having a great time enjoying it. And then once we got you out of the pool, the ocean is open. So you have your transitional steps on how you're solving the problem. That's really brilliant. How many other people are doing the swim to scuba? Anybody else? Anybody with an on-site pool? Oh, that's really rare. A lot of times I'll have people that have an on-site pool. So, anybody else want to give a try?
So our shop is called 3D Scuba.
Mm-hmm.
People ask, why 3D Scuba? It's like, stop living in 2D and live it live. Because we're in a landlocked area
Mm-hmm.
near Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
The ocean's nearby. So
Yes.
we sell the experience. I think that's what we're trying to do.
And so we're bringing you all the dimensions. Yeah. And you could go with dimensions. You could do heart, mind, soul as well. You could say it's not just living in 3D, it's living in all the feels. So you're getting the heart feels of it too. So yeah, I really like that. The full embodiment. And you can't live in the world fully until you immerse in the ocean. So 3D, I really like that. I would play with a lot of different things with that. What's your typical when somebody asks you why 3D? Say it again.
So stop living it in 2D. Stop living live in 2D.
Yeah.
And live it live. 3D.
Live it live. I like that. Live it live is really awesome.
No features.
Yeah. There you go. That's a good one to follow. Anybody else?
Discover the underworld?
Ooh, tell me more.
I mean, obviously we train them, get them down,
Mm-hmm.
discover that world that they've never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
The mystique, a little bit of curiosity.
I like it. Excellent. So with Clear Story Coach, I help people create connections. And what I say to people is, if you don't have a clear story, all you're making is noise. I help with that. I help people create clarity, because clarity creates connection. That's just like boom, 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 boom. Clarity creates connection. I help people get clear on their story so they can make more money. Because at the end of the day, it's all about more money. And what you're selling is safety and joy and a sense of adventure. So keep in mind all the feels. You want to use action verbs in all of this. Like, it's exciting, enjoyable, interesting, immersive. Don't be afraid to go onto the full tilt emotional side of it, because people are really craving connection right now, and we're all pretty numbed out. There's a lot of studies coming out now in the post-COVID time period, the last 5 years, that we've had emotional withdrawal, and there's like this, like they're calling it a low-grade fever of the soul, that's something I thought was like, oh, a low-grade fever of the soul. We have to fix that. We need to bring the temperature up. We need to connect with people's hearts in order to give them that comfy couch on the back porch and make them feel really wanted. So, any other one-liners? No? Yeah.
We're a little different. We're a dive shop.
Okay.
We're a nonprofit that helps women who scuba dive gain confidence to be the best ocean ambassadors that they can be. So our punchline is cultivating confident ocean ambassadors. That's our mission statement.
Yeah.
Basically, the problems we solve are giving women in the dive community life skills and the confidence to be the best advocates for the ocean, because divers are the best people to advocate for the ocean.
I love it.
So.
Oh, thank you for the work you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
So that's a really great point, the confidence factor. What does every good hero have? A sword, a shield, the magic napkin, the whatever the thing is. You know, what's Dobby the house elf? Like, yeah, the tea towel, you know, transformed. So we have all the tools for transformation. So you're in the transformation business, and you're turning people into aquatic superheroes. As a guide, you say, come on over here, I'm your guide, I'm going to turn you into an aquatic superhero. You're speaking the transformational language of the story guide. You're speaking Disney to these people. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Disney is kind of a big deal. You know, I saw so many people, grown-ass people yesterday wearing ears, the little Mickey Mouse things with a bow. I was staggered at that. We went to a Disney-themed restaurant, and I was really surprised at how many adults probably paid $24.95 to wear Mickey ears. But that's because somebody sold them a story of transformation, and they feel like a superhero just because they're wearing ears. So any questions? I think we're about wrapped up on our time now, but does anybody have any questions for me on how to apply the 7 keys, how to transfer your dive center's mindset from you being the hero to you being the guide, which might be a little sucky at first because it's like, but I wanted to be the hero. But if you do it right, it comes back around because the hero is the money that you get when you do it right. Yes, sir.
I have is I want to thank you.
Oh, thank you.
5 years ago, we did a campaign of T-shirts. What's your superpower?
Ah,
Underwater.
yes.
Right. So that was very infectious and it was very. We did very well with it.
Yeah.
I got away from it. So thank you.
There's a great line. Scuba is my superpower.
Yeah.
Scuba is my superpower. Let me show you how it works.